So the LG G3 to the left versus the LG C1 to the right was already kind of decided. But what I want to do now is review it and just kind of give you the honest answer of whether you should buy it or not. The short answer, yes, buy it. It's a fantastic TV, and that just took us, under 30 seconds. So smack a like on this video if you like people just spitting it out and getting straight to the point without wasting your damn time. Now let's just dive right into it by talking about the obvious. The obvious is simply put that, again, it's expensive, right? So you're going to have to justify the price. Price to value, I think, especially now with inflation and all that, is something we have to weigh up. And the G3 is just cheaper, and it's going to provide you most of the image quality. On those grounds alone, I say if you're looking for the best value, just buy a G3, because the G2 and all that other stuff, it's kind of overpriced for what it is, G3, so on and so forth. Now, as far as the G3 as a product individually, it is a good product and a great product. It has brilliant highlight detail, some of the best motion we've seen out of LG, and honestly speaking, it's pretty damn impressive as far as the depth and the three-dimensional draw that it will give you, that feeling of looking through a TV versus looking at a TV. Also, again, as you're seeing here in games like Spider-Man, when you look at things like ray tracing, screen space reflections, all that kind of stuff, ambient occlusion, again, every little detail that you can think to have, to want when you're gaming is going to be on the G3. That's going to be a huge advantage for anybody out there who maybe was a little bit disappointed by their C1 because maybe it's not as bright, or maybe their G2, so on and so forth. Now, the thing that you will be disappointed with is if you're in a smaller bedroom type environment, you've got this wall mounted on your TV, you don't feel like buying a sound system, the speakers in this thing suck. You have good bass in it, but the treble, ironically, is the worst part. It sounds like it's kind of like talking out of a tin can. So you are still going to have to upgrade, which increases the price from that over $2,000 price tag to well into the $3,000 and even $4,000 territory. So just keep that in mind. Now, as you can clearly see, its cinematics are just damn good, right? So either way you look at it, you're going to have a wonderful experience. The user interface is very intuitive. One thing I like this year is like when you open up settings, right? We're going to have to do this the more dramatic way. When you open up settings, you can actually, instead of having to select and click on the settings, you can just literally press over with the arrow button, which allows you to get there a lot faster, which I personally like because the C1 does not allow you to do that, which just slows down the calibration processing time. And again, these little changes help make it more user-friendly. So the user interface is nice. HDR on the thing is impressive, albeit the Sony A95L is going to be better for HDR by freaking leagues, okay? You're just gonna have better color, better depth. It's just gonna draw you in way more. Don't even have that conversation. You'll lose every single day of the week, even with the brightness booster. Trust me, I should know. I tested it. The thing that you will get as a big advantage, though, over the Sony is color accuracy, in SDR specifically. Now, given that pretty much 99% of all content is SDR with like 1% being HDR, again, really like the market's just not ready to support HDR. Neither is the infrastructure of, again, Wi-Fi, internet, all that good stuff. You're going to be on SDR more often than not on streaming apps like Hulu and Disney Plus and all that other stuff. So again, most of what you watch is going to be SDR, and the performance of SDR is just damn good on the LG G3. Now, all of these TVs are good TVs and even great TVs that I'm mentioning here, but the big thing to talk about again, especially now, is price. A lot of people are slapping price tags on TVs that are just absolutely ridiculous and don't make sense. So you, again, will have to weigh up, is that actually worth doing? And honestly speaking, if it was between something like the Sony A95L and the LG G3, I'd say if you're an HDR buff, that's where you're going to want to go with the Sony A95L. But if you're somebody who prefers just watching SDR pretty much all the time, the G3 is going to give you pretty much everything you could ever want to need. So I don't see the value in doing that, and I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. Now, that being said, there are other aspects of the TV like the Wi-Fi capabilities and, so on and so forth, but it's pretty similar to what LG has always been doing. The WebOS is still WebOS. There's not any real major change in that area. And honestly speaking, as far as what they do next, do we think like the G4 is better? Should you wait? I am not a mind reader and I don't see the future, so I can't really say what you should do in that area because, again, it could be like one of those years where we think they do better and they don't. So all I can tell you is right now in 2023, there are great options. Now CES is around the corner and then we can expect to see more of the technology be unveiled. I'll be covering it, as you guys know. But either way, I think the LG G3 is a fantastic television, and if you have one or even if you don't, it's definitely worth checking it out. And that being said, if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.